Alright, well, let's get this fucking show on the road. Or let's just get this shit started. We're definitely two-timesing it. What? This is a stupid State of the Union address? Well, it's not the official State of the Union address. It's a joint session to Congress. I mean, typically these things are pretty important to talk about, you know? What insane shit will Trump say? I mean, I've seen it already, but yeah, it's pretty bad. I'll be honest. It's not good. Yeah, it's like I've never missed a step here, folks. I keep saying crazy shit. It gets the liberals real triggered. We love that for us, folks. Anyway, let's get it started.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
Soy. Soy! Melania does not want to be there. We got someone holding a "this is not normal" sort of. Okay, we're gonna have to talk about this immediately. I remember, like, literally the strategy that Hakeem Jeffries proposed was just like, try not to be too boisterous or loud. I'm just like, dude, are you fucking for real, dude? Seriously? This is like a perfect time to be boisterous and loud. And like, look, I mean, this is not normal. Okay, I mean, what do we mean by this? Like, the Republicans soying out over their fucking dumb fuck president? Like, this shit fucking happens all the time. And like, literally, like, someone also just goes in and fucking rips it out of their hands. Look at that shit. Look at this fucking dipshit loser. Throws it to the ground, doesn't even go get it. She just stands there and fucking takes it. And I remember this fucking dumbass rep literally made a fucking goddamn, like, victory tour saying this is not normal. It's just like, dude, you haven't fucking accomplished anything here. Like, what the fuck are you doing? This is not normal. Ah, brilliant. I had no idea that everything that's going on currently isn't normal. Oh, whoa. Crazy. What's up, Gamer Jam? Jam? That's true. Well, it's because it's not a zero-sum game. It's a lie. It's all a fucking lie done by stupid, dumbass fucking conservatives. And also, yeah, I throw in the Democrats here because they're not actual, like, liberals. They are fucking conservatives. It's all done by dumbass conservatives so that fucking billionaires can, well, capitalists in general can just rob the treasury and fuck you over. That's really the only point. And like, what is she doing just standing there? Go fucking, like, yell, be annoying. And this fucking dumbass, where is this fucking troglodyte Hakeem Jeffries? I'm fucking finding that goddamn article. Hakeem Jeffries, State of the Union. Like, he literally just said, don't do anything. Here, from Axios, okay? This is literally, like, just emblematic of this, the ineffectiveness of fucking, of, like, literal dead party fucking shit, dude. Literally. Cracks down on Trump speech disruptions. Which is fucking crazy. And he had pushback from within the fucking goddamn caucus saying, like, dude, like, do something. Like, do something. Like, seriously. It's crazy. And he's just sitting here saying, what, like, what? Don't have signs or something? Don't be too disruptive or some shit? Where the fuck is it? Still, despite Jeffries' admonishment, some House Democrats are considering attention-grabbing antics. I'm going to be representing my district, one told Axios. We'll see what that is. There could be a sign, it could be a shirt, it could be many things, the lawmaker said. What? So, torn of pressure. But a good chunk of the party feels that too rowdy a display could backfire. Dude, that's literally all people want. They want rowdy fucking displays. They want, like, gusto. They want gumption. They want action. They want soul. Heart. Not... let's just not be too disruptive. What the fuck is this, man? Seriously? Like, Democrat lawmakers have discussed using a wide variety of potential props. Ooh, props. Including signs, pocket constitutions, red cards, eggs or egg cartons, and hand clappers. Ooh. Like, seriously. Closed-door caucus meeting Tuesday morning. Jeffries and others in leadership discouraged the use of such props, according to multiple lawmakers who were present. Dude, when you're also losing people like Stephen fucking Colbert, who held up a little sign making fun of you, saying, "Do something, do literally anything," you know you're fucking cooked, right? It is fucking cooked. This like pimply wimply, like let's not be too forceful and too aggressive on the Republicans. Like Nancy Pelosi, in as much of like a piece of shit that she is, would not fucking do shit like this, okay? She's smart and shrewd. She's not an idiot. Hakeem Jeffries, every time you fucking look at him, he looks like a deer staring at fucking headlights. He's just lost and perplexed. Let's not even get into fucking Chuck Schumer meekly doing like, "Yeah, we're gonna win, yeah." Get the fuck out of here, bro. Dead fucking party. Dead. Dead, dead, dead. Absolutely fucking dead. Dead fucking party, bro. Jesus Christ. Soy table green. I love people. I love them so much. I'm so happy to be here. I love making everyone's life worse. It's my favorite thing on the planet. Soy essay, soy essay, soy, 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 soy. We love the USA. We love America. My favorite place in the world.
Thank you.
Ooh, racist. We can now get a revial. Was that Riley Gaines? What? Look, what are these fucking losers doing here? Why does She's doing her like best JD Vance like Charlie Kirk impression. Look at these fucking dumbass shitters here. We got dumbfuck Christian nationalist Matt Walsh, who wants to rape 16-year-olds. Or is it 14-year-olds? You know the fucking clip I'm talking about. And Logic Bro here, Ben Shapiro. I'm really good at debating toddlers. But if I debate anyone else who has like a slight rhetorical ability, I fold immediately. I fold immediately in on myself, and I become a stupid little baby bitch beta. Riley Gates. Hold on. I gotta fucking move myself out of the way. Look, bro. What is with your fucking face, bro? I've said this before, but yeah, being a conservative makes you more fucking ugly. Look at her, dude. Jesus fucking Christ. Look at her. That's the face a person makes when they have no more fucking soul, and they cope and seethe about like getting what, like 4th in a fucking swimming race or some shit, is what this dumbass fucking complains about. We've already talked about Matt Walsh, but here's the thing, like this is a result of like the stuff that like Ryan White has talked about in the alt-left pipeline. This is like the conservative media apparatus. These fucking dipshits right here. And they are elevated to the highest fucking places within fucking like conservative sort of political movements and everything. You don't ever have this on the Democrats. It's just not a thing. You don't see like, you saw Hassan in the DNC. He didn't have like a prominent role or anything. He's like streamed from there and everything. That's really about it. These guys get invited to like all the biggest, most important political events all the fucking time. It's crazy. But yeah, this is the byproduct of the conservative sort of like consolidation in media. You have like these 3 IQ dipshits. Oh my god, that was so fucking funny that he went to the DNC in a fucking goddamn... Like, literally the same fucking wig that he filmed his 2 stupid documentaries with. And it's just like... I saw the photo, I'm just like... Is that Matt Walsh? What the fuck is he doing there? Why is he there? Or like My Pillow guy, Mike Pillow, was also there. And it's just like... What the fuck are you doing there? And he got like a literal 12-year-old just out-debated him. It was really funny.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's a great honor. Thank you very much. Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, the First Lady of the United States.
I love my wife.
Members of the United States Congress, thank you very much. And to my fellow citizens, America is back.
I don't think America's back. Literal, recession numbers are being constantly calculated by the Atlanta Fed. I don't think America's back. You just backed off of your dumbass tariffs, making yourself look even fucking weaker. Like, come on, man. Come on, bro. I think America's just cooked. Is more accurate to say. So cooked. Soy.
6 weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America. From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country. We have accomplished more in 43 days than most administrations accomplished in 4 years or 8 years, and we are just getting started.
There was Elon. Yeah, totally, dude. The economy's in a death spiral. The federal government's not able to function normally like it can. Everything's just a complete fucking shit show. I don't fucking think so. Like, multiple federal agencies are reporting, yeah, there's gonna be a fucking goddamn huge fucking recession if things continue like this. Nice meme.
I return to this chamber tonight to report that America's momentum is back, our spirit is back, our pride is back, our confidence is back, and the American dream is surging bigger and better than ever before.
Dude, like, okay, another fucking bit of rhetoric that I always fucking hate is like the American dream. We love the American dream. I've always found this shit to be like the most ineffective, stupid fucking bullshit, because how the fuck do you guys know that the American dream is even like here at all? Most people don't fucking feel that. You should be able to feel that you are becoming more prosperous and are able to make like something, like a living in your fucking life. But no one ever fucking feels like that, ever. Especially nowadays. This is complete nonsense.
The American dream is unstoppable, and our country is on the verge of a comeback, the likes of which the world has never witnessed and perhaps will never witness again. There's never been anything like it.
Everyone in Canada
The
also
presidential
fucking
election
hates
of November 5th was a mandate like has not been seen in many decades. We won all 7 swing states, giving us an electoral college.
Big news. We got the Pete block. We got the Pete block. We have access to Ursaluna. Big news. Big news. Big news. Just saying. I just have to throw that out there real quick.
Victory of 312 votes.
You don't have a mandate.
We won the popular vote by
The closest fucking election in U.S. history, but okay. We have a mandate, folks. It's a huge mandate. 1.8% barely, maybe even. Who knows? Huh? Brother to Stanley who runs it. How about I send him a message to reset your high score? Ah, okay, I see. Interesting.
by big numbers and won counties in our country.
Or a farming moment.
And won counties in our country, 2,700 to 525.
Democrats doing
almost completely
something?
red for Republican. Now, for the first time in modern history, more Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. In fact,
yeah, don't look at those fucking consumer confidence statistics. It's looking real bad for you, Trump. I don't think so. I think you might be wrong on this one, buddy. There's May again. Move to leader house. Lovely.
it's an astonishing record, 27-point swing, the most ever.
Oh, there's that little
Likewise,
dipshit Tom
small
Homan.
business optimism saw its single largest one-month gain ever recorded, a 41-point jump.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruption.
Not decorum.
Members are engaged in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order to the joint session.
Decorum. So I believe that's Representative Al Green. So far, one of the only few people who has done like a good job, I would say, at all. Whatsoever in terms of trying to do something in order to resist. Because reminder, we literally just went over this. Hakeem Jeffrey was just like, try not to be too disruptive. And it's just like, brother, the fascism is literally right here, brother. Come on. You have to do something. And we'll get into what Al Green said. Probably after. He wasn't even that disruptive. Yeah, he literally, like, what he basically just said, like, yeah, you don't have a mandate. You're gonna cut Medicaid. Like, fuck you. Whoa. Boy Meets Mini being cringe. Typical. But yeah, he literally just said, like, you don't have a mandate. You're full of shit. No one wants you to cut Medicaid. Fuck you.
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order.
I'm not recording this.
Remove this gentleman from the chamber. Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House.
Decorum,
Mr. President, continue.
soy.
Thank you. Over the past 6 weeks, I have signed nearly 100 executive orders and taken more than 400 executive actions, a record, to restore common sense, safety, optimism, and wealth all across our wonderful land. The people elected me to do the job, and I'm doing it.
Yeah, they're not very happy with the job, buddy.
In fact, it has been stated by many that the first month of our presidency, it's our presidency, is the most successful in the history of our nation. By many. And what makes it even more impressive is that
the funniest thing is he calls it the most successful, but by like whose metric? In the mind of the in the mind of billionaires, yeah, for sure. They're the ones who are going to benefit the most. In the mind of like Elon Musk, yeah. But for like average people, we all remember the people who like literally went to Republican town halls in like very Republican districts and started like yelling constantly at their representatives saying like, bro, I never wanted Elon Musk to do all this like stupid bullshit. What the fuck is going on? Do your job. Like, are you sure you got a mandate of the people? Really? The people seem pretty fucking upset. Personally, I don't think that doesn't sound like a very strong mandate to me. But I don't know. I might just be fucking pulling something out of my ass. But this is how I'm feeling, to be honest.
Oh, number 2 is George Washington. How about that? I don't know about that list, but we'll take it. Within hours of taking the oath of office, I declared a national emergency on our southern border, and I deployed the U.S. military and border patrol to repel the invasion of our country.
That
and what
isn't
a job they've
happening.
done. As a result, illegal border crossings last month were by far the lowest ever recorded, ever.
For something that's just not happening, but okay. We're gonna do fascism. I hate brown people.
They heard my words and they chose not to come. Much easier that way. In comparison, under Joe Biden, the worst president in American history, there were hundreds of thousands of illegal crossings a month. And virtually all of them, including murderers, drug dealers, gang members, and people from mental institutions and insane asylums, were...
He literally thinks that a person who's trying to get asylum means that they're from an insane asylum. Because he's an idiot. When asylum, again, it's a fucking legal distinction. Anyone is allowed to claim asylum because of potential distresses that they're feeling. Like, very often, there's documentaries about this shit. About, like, attacks being done by, like, drug cartels. They, like, fucking human traffic people and shit like that. And they're people that are trying to fucking leave that shit. But again, Trump's an idiot and he doesn't know any of that shit. Or, he's okay with it. He doesn't care. I don't care. It's happening to them. It's not happening to me or us, so it's fine by me.
Were released into our country. Who would want to do that? This is my 5th such speech to Congress. And once again...
Also, by the way, you want to know why there was even a lot of migrants coming up from, like, Venezuela and shit? He's the one who put in new fucking sanctions that crashed their fucking oil market. Crashed their oil market, caused hyperinflation to happen, so they left. Whoa. What a radical thing to happen. Me reaping and sowing for the consequences of my actions. But I get to benefit politically because the consequences of my action affect my political predecessor and I can use that as a political cudgel to attack them. Look at me being really good at politics.
And I look at the Democrats in front of me and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do. I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will...
I mean, here's, like, I guess the other fucking shit that the Democrats decided to do. Get these, like, little fucking mimbly-pimbly little signs. Thank you, Hakeem Jeffries, for creating such an effective resistance. We love the minority leader of the Democrats in the House. So fucking good. So great. So fantastic. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on. They've done this trick before, okay? Be loud, stupid, and annoying. That's all that matters. Aura farm. That's all that people care about is fucking aura farming. Not this shit. Should have done their own State of the Union address with Bernie speaking. Listen, Boy Meets Minnie, that would be an intelligent thing to do. And we all know that the Democrats are incapable of doing anything intelligent, so... sorry to say, but that's not gonna fucking happen. Yeah, fucking... dipshits.
will not stand and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter what. Five times I've been up here. It's very sad.
I've crashed the economy. I've made life worse for people in the goddamn I've crashed the economy, and I've literally made the goddamn government worse, which means I have to fucking actually touted that as the greatest achievement ever. I've let an unelected bureaucrat do fucking stupid dipshittery in the government, and everyone's really liking that. So we're cutting Medicaid because, you know, fuck you. I hate the poors.
And it just shouldn't be this way. So Democrats sitting before me, for just this one night, why not join us in celebrating so many incredible wins for America? For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
Why would they join? They've literally already talked about it. Everything that you're doing and cutting is just making the fucking exacerbating all the problems that America has. And no one is happy about it. What the fuck are you talking about? Everyone is fucking pissed. Unfortunately, like, are Democrats going to be able to fucking take advantage of this as much as they can? Probably not, because again, leadership is it's completely and utterly worthless. I expect literally nothing from them, and you know, they can't even execute on the most simplest of fucking political actions. But you know, hi Pelosi. Man, your handpicked successor is doing a great
Every day my
job.
administration is fighting to deliver the change America needs to bring a future that America deserves, and we're doing it. This is a time for big dreams and bold action. Upon taking office, I imposed an immediate freeze on all federal hiring, a freeze on all new federal regulations, and a freeze on all foreign aid.
American soft power, we hate it. I don't like it. It's all about hard power because my dick is hard, because I'm gay.
I terminated the ridiculous Green New Scam. I withdrew from the unfair Paris Climate Accord, which was costing us trillions of dollars. That other countries.
I mean, there's like nothing really. I mean, so far it's just a stump speech, right? He's just going through all the fucking hits, right? Shouldn't have to fucking reiterate why I was stupid to leave the Paris Climate Accords, even though it was incredibly milquetoast. There is no Green New Deal that's been implemented. I don't know, like he's just waffling on about that. There is no Green New Deal that's been currently implemented. That's just fucking stupid. But again, him and his base are gonna eat it up because they're idiots, unfortunately. So
Countries were not paying. I withdrew from the corrupt World Health Organization.
everyone's gonna
And I
get
also withdrew from the
diseases.
anti-American UN Human Rights Council. We ended all of Biden's environmental restrictions that were making our country far less safe and totally unaffordable. And importantly, we ended the last administration's insane electric vehicle mandate.
Literally, the Supreme Court just passed a ruling 5-4 saying companies, it's okay for you to put sewage water in American water supplies. Like, are you sure that environmental regulations are gonna be the fucking thing? You know? Yeah, insane EV mandate. Bro, you have the CEO of Tesla bankrolling you. Just like Boy Meets Minnie says. But, okay, man. Sure. Honestly, like, I kept saying, like, I wonder how Elon must feel about this. With, like, Trump constantly shit-talking like, electrical vehicles. But here's the thing. Elon doesn't believe in anything. Yeah, he doesn't believe in shit. So, it doesn't matter. You can just say shit. It doesn't fucking matter. Because Republicans are all fucking idiots. Conservatives are all fucking stupid. Tesla's tanking hard right now. Yup. They are taking a huge dip in stock price.
Mandate, saving our auto workers and companies from economic disruption.
I sure saved them.
To unshackle our economy, I have directed that for every one new regulation, 10 old regulations must be eliminated, just like I did in my very successful first term.
Because that's definitely how that works, man.
And in that first term, we set records on ending unnecessary rules and regulations like no other president had done before. We ordered all federal workers to return to the office. They will either show up for work in person or be removed from their job.
There's a really good Cody Johnson from Some More News video talking about like the desire that these people have to have people return to work, because again, it's not about like people not doing work or whatever. No one, like, conservatives don't give a shit about that. It's about control, ultimately. That's what these people fucking care about. Not about this it's because they're definitely not doing work, which is just not true. People still do their work. There's mechanisms and like fucking keyloggers and shit that track your fucking goddamn keystrokes and shit like that to make sure that you're on. That's not the fucking problem. It's all about giving managers a justification for being on the payroll. That's what it's all about. Because otherwise, like, why the fuck would you need middle management? They're fucking useless. But they have to justify their fucking position for something. Because otherwise, there's no point in having them.
And we've ended weaponized government where, as an example, a sitting president is allowed to viciously prosecute his political opponent, like me. How did that work out?
I've been politically prosecuted. 34 felony counts of fraud, business fraud that he's done. But, you know, whatever. Nothing matters.
And I've stopped all government censorship and brought back free speech in America. It's back.
Free speech is back. It's back more than ever before.
And 2 days ago, I signed an order making English the official language of the United States of America.
Wait, was English never, like... I'm just curious about this. Was it never recognized as the official language? I know that if Spanish is, like, the second language, but that's just the second language that's spoken the most. I'm just curious. This one I'm just curious about, right? I mean, it's supposed to be, like, sort of nationalistic signaling, obviously. My fucking bag is too full? Really? They didn't get rid of fucking bag limits in this game? Cringe! Whatever. But yeah, it's just supposed to be, like, stupid nationalistic signaling, right? To, like, all the dipshits. Like, that's the only point
the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America.
Something that's totally being recognized by
And likewise,
everyone.
I renamed for a great president, William McKinley, Mount McKinley again. Beautiful Alaska. I love Alaska.
I have a...
We've ended the tyranny of so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion policies all across the entire federal government and indeed the private sector and our military. And our country will be woke no longer.
America, very known for
We
being
believe that
woke.
whether you are a doctor, an accountant, a lawyer, or an air traffic controller, you should be hired and promoted based on skill and competence, not race or gender. Very important.
I wonder how all those fucking plane crashes are going right now, and all those air traffic controllers that you got rid of, who are mostly white. Yeah. Very funny. Also, another fucking thing, okay? The fucking stupid Republicans who are, like, all complaining about, like, disruptions going on during this fucking address. And we had, like, Lauren Boebert, who, like, showed up, who fucking, like, papega'd out the whole fucking time.
Based on...
During, like, multiple States of the Unions that fucking Joe Biden had. You know? Just being, like, a complete fucking, like, troglodyte. But, you know, we really care about all of the disruptions that are constantly happening right now. No, the fuck you don't. None of you people give a shit about any of this stuff. Shut the fuck up. You're full of shit. These people have never cared. Like, there's no fucking standards, nothing. It's all about just, like, political theater for the fucking Republicans. Because they know, like, if they fucking talk constantly about the stuff that they actually believe in, most of the people would not fucking approve of it. They'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? What is this shit? Fuck this shit.
merit. And the Supreme Court, in a brave and very powerful decision, has allowed us to do so. Thank you. Thank you very much. We have removed the poison of critical race theory from our public schools, and I signed an order making it the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
You hate trans people. You hate them.
I also signed an executive order to ban men from playing in women's sports.
Genital inspection day. We love inspecting the genitals. Oh,
2
there's
years
the
ago,
three
Peyton
little
McNabb
dipshits
was an
again.
all-star high school athlete, one of the best, preparing for a future in college sports. But when her girls' volleyball match was invaded by a male, he smashed the ball so hard in Peyton's face, causing traumatic brain injury, partially paralyzing her right side and ending her athletic career. It was a shot like she's never seen before. She's never seen anything like it. Peyton is here tonight in the gallery, and Peyton, from now on, schools will kick the men off the girls' team, or they will lose all federal funding.
Now, she's been groomed in order to fucking believe in the shit that she believes in. It's unfortunate because, again, this is like, we want to talk about fucking actual grooming. Here's some fucking political grooming right here. This girl being forced to believe in, like, stupid, idiotic bullshit because of the whims of, like, a fucking dumb fuck political party. Unfortunate. I remember there was, like, an Emma Vigeland post, like, she was just, like, laughing at it. Laughing at the girl who got, like, fucking, who got fucking chrome domed. Like, she got fucking chrome domed in the head. And, like, every fucking conservative just went freakazoid mode. Keep in mind, like, no one gave a fuck at all about women's sports until it became a cultural war fucking talking point. Like, no one gave a shit about it until, like, conservatives decided to have a conniption about it because, again, they need to have a scapegoat to attack because that's all they fucking care about. It's all about fucking attacking minorities. Listen, we gotta have a problem with trans people because we have nothing better to talk about.
And if you really want to see numbers, just take a look at what happened in the women's boxing, weightlifting, track and field, swimming, or cycling, where a male recently finished a long-distance race 5 hours and 14 minutes ahead of a woman for a new record by 5 hours. Broke the record by 5 hours. It's demeaning for women, and it's very bad for our country. We're not going to put up with it any longer.
So we're gonna have creepy gym teachers doing genital inspections. Fucking showing Riley Gaines. Dude, she really is unfucking canny, dude. This is why I say, like, being a conservative or, like, a TERF, dude, it just makes you fucking, like, a wretch. Makes you look ugly.
What I've just described is only a small fraction of the common sense revolution that is now, because of us, sweeping the entire world. Common sense has become a common theme, and we will never go back. Never. Never gonna let that happen.
Common sense like
Among
crashing
my very
the
highest
economy.
priorities is to rescue our economy and get dramatic and immediate relief to working
Like
families.
crashing it.
As you know, we inherited from the last administration an economic catastrophe and an inflation nightmare. Their policies drove up energy prices, pushed up grocery costs, and drove the necessities of life out of reach for millions and millions of Americans.
Yeah, let's not focus on the fact that that was just a general sort of global trend that was happening. Not only just in the US. That was a general trend going on throughout the globe. Everyone was suffering inflation, and a bunch of companies were fucking taking advantage of that. Everyone had inflation, not just the United States. But then again, we're not going to talk about that because that would mean we'd have to be accurate with our reporting and information. And that would make me look bad because I'd look like a liar because that's what I'm doing is lying.
Never had anything like it. We suffered the worst inflation in 48 years, but perhaps even in the history of our country. They're not sure. As president, I'm fighting every day to reverse this damage and make America affordable again.
Yeah, by, making it such that pharma can now set whatever prices they want. Fucking every fucking goddamn company is, like, constantly tanking right now in stocks. The S&P 500 has tanked. The Dow has fucking tanked. Everything is fucking tanking. We're making America affordable again. We're also all the fucking trade wars. Making everything affordable in America by doing constant trade wars. Doing all the trade wars. What can I say, folks? But yeah, totally. Trump is making everything affordable now. Sure. I mean, it's so far it's like he's just doing a stump speech, right? There's, like, really not a lot to say here because he's just, like, lying about everything. Like, oh, why is this thing happening? Oh, consequences of my actions. So, I mean, there's really not much else to say here. It's just, it is bad.
Joe Biden especially let the price of eggs get out of control. The egg price is out of control.
I love how, like, Dude is blaming Joe Biden for this. Buddy, it's because of avian flu. And you keep fucking defunding the federal programs that can help tackle that fucking problem, making the situation worse. It's just fucking hilarious, dude.
And we're working hard to get it back down. Secretary, do a good job on that. You inherited a total mess from the previous administration. Do a good job.
Yeah, it's not Joe Biden's fault.
A major focus of our fight to defeat inflation is rapidly reducing the cost of energy. The previous administration cut the number of new oil and gas leases by 95%, slowed pipeline construction to a halt, and closed more than 100 power plants. We are opening up many of those power plants right now.
We don't care about the
In fact, we have
environment.
never seen anything like it. That's why on my first day in office, I declared a national energy emergency.
Yet, under, like, Joe Biden, a bunch of fucking fracking leases were fucking approved. America is still producing more oil and gas than ever. They are still in the lead in terms of fucking oil and gas. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
As you've heard me say many times, we have more liquid gold under our feet than any nation on earth, and by far. And now, I fully authorize the most talented team ever assembled to go and get it. It's called Drill, Baby, Drill.
We're gonna destroy all the parks, folks.
My administration is also working on a gigantic natural gas pipeline in Alaska, among the largest in the world, where Japan, South Korea, and other nations want to be our partner with investments of trillions of dollars each. There's never been anything like that one. It will be truly spectacular. It's all set to go. The permitting is gotten. And later this week, I will also take historic action to dramatically expand production of critical minerals and rare earths here in the USA.
Yeah, the only way, by the way, he's going to be able to do any of this stuff is he wants to basically remove some of the federal distinctions that fucking national parks have in the U.S. So then he can drill in there, which is going to destroy the fucking parks. Which is why he's also, like, been constantly defunding all of the differing fucking park agencies. That's been going on. Which is basically just making the situation worse.
To further combat inflation, we will not only be reducing the cost of energy, but we'll be ending the flagrant waste of taxpayer dollars.
I love how he's talking about flagrant waste of taxpayer dollars, and he's just doing tax cuts for the fucking billionaires. That's hilarious.
And to that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. Perhaps you've heard of it.
Which everyone fucking hates. There's that loser, Elon Musk.
Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
We love Elon, folks. He's ruining everyone's lives.
Thank you, Elon. He's working very hard. He didn't need this. He didn't need this. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Everybody here, even
Elon
this side,
sure is
appreciates it.
working hard.
They just don't want to admit that. Just listen to some of the appalling waste we have already identified. $22 billion from HHS to provide free housing and cars for illegal aliens. $45 million for diversity, equity, and inclusion scholarships in Burma. $40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. Nobody knows what that is. $8 million to promote LGBTQI+ in the African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of. $60 million for indigenous peoples and Afro-Colombian empowerment in Central America.
I love how he said, like, no one's ever heard of that. Like, literally playing into, like, the American stereotype of how they're, like, bad at, bad at fucking geography. How they are ignorant and they don't give a shit about really much of anything besides, whatever the fuck is going on in their own country. It's like, that's not a good thing. You know that, right? There's a reason why that's a stereotype. Why people make fun of you for that. You know? But you're just proud of it. We're proud of being ignorant, stupid people. It's the best thing in the world. We're ignorant and proud.
$8 million for making mice transgender. This is real. $32 million for a left-wing propaganda operation in Moldova. $10 million for male circumcision in Mozambique. $20 million for the Arab Sesame Street in the Middle East. It's a program.
We love soft power.
$1.9 billion to recently created decarbonization of homes committee, headed up, and we know she's involved. Just at the last moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her? A $3.5 million consulting contract for lavish fish monitoring. $1.5 million for voter.
Also, by the way, if you like because like Doge has been constantly touting like figures like, oh, we found like $8 billion worth of waste or whatever. if you were to like calculate all of this together, would it even come close to fucking hitting 8 billion? Because, by the way, they've constantly backtracked on those exact same fucking figures constantly because they knew that they were full of shit. We're full of shit and we know it.
Voter confidence in Liberia. $14 million for social cohesion in Mali. $59 million for illegal alien hotel rooms in New York City. He's a real estate developer. He's done very well. $250,000 to increase vegan local climate action innovation in Zambia.
You say vegan?
$42 million for social and behavior change in Uganda. $14 million for improving public procurement in Serbia. $47 million for improving learning outcomes in Asia. Asia's doing very well with learning. I know what we're doing. We should use it ourselves. And $101 million for DEI contracts at the Department of Education. The most ever paid. Nothing even like it. Under the Trump administration, all of these scams, and they're far worse, but I didn't think it was appropriate to talk about them. They're so bad. Many more have been found out and exposed and swiftly terminated by a group of very intelligent, mostly young people, headed up by Elon, and we appreciate it. We found hundreds of billions of dollars.
We got our Groper Discord kittens. We got our Groper Discorders.
And we've taken back the money and reduced our debt to fight inflation and other things. Taken back a lot of that money.
Look at me making such a huge dent in the debt. I made such a huge dent by eliminating a lot of irrelevant programs. Look at me fighting the debt. Again, I like. There's really not much else to say here. Besides, it's all just political theater, right? It's all meaningless fucking garbage and just dreck and nonsense. Theater for the sake of theater, bred in circuses. Because again, if you were to actually look into the stuff that Trump has done, you would recognize that it's just like, oh, okay, all this is like irrelevant bullshit. Also, like, it comes back into like a lot of the stuff that like the ideas that like conservatives have, like, oh man, why are we like doing a study on this one particular thing that seems like useless research? Wasn't like Ozempic basically discovered off of like one of those like studies on like Komodo dragons, I think, that seemed fucking completely worthless, but Ozempic was discovered, and that's why like Donald Trump's stupid ass is as thin as he is. That's the thing with fucking science. It may seem worthless, but generally speaking, if you actually look into it, you can just learn interesting things. That's why you just do, like, people do seemingly random shit with science all the fucking time. It's not about it if it has, like, utilitarian value or not. It's about, like, inquiry and discovery. But again, conservatives, fundamentally speaking, have to be against inquiry and discovery and self-reflection. Because if you're for those things, well, you may learn that being a fucking conservative is really fucking stupid. And it'll cause fucking problems for their fucking political movement. Which is why they clamp down on shit like that at all fucking times. Every single time. Because they have to. They know that curiosity, inquiry, critical thinking, fundamentally is a fucking threat to their political movement. And ability to reinforce their first order principle, of which I have constantly talked about. And that is the maintenance of hierarchy. The maintenance of people on top with little soldiers on the bottom.
We got it just in time. This is just the beginning. The Government Accountability Office, a federal government office, has estimated annual fraud of over $500 billion in our nation, and we are working very hard to stop it. We're going to. We're also identifying shocking levels of incompetence and probable fraud in the Social Security program for our seniors, and that our seniors and people that we love rely on. Believe it or not, government databases list 4.7 million Social Security members from people aged 100 to 109 years old. It lists 3.6 million people from ages 110 to 119. I don't know any of them. I know some people that are rather elderly, but not quite that elderly. 3.47 million people from ages 120 to 129. 3.9 million people from age...
If I recall correctly, there's like multiple fucking videos that are debunking this fucking stupid nonsense, this like idiotic dreck. Because it's just like, there's already mechanisms that are in place that say like, yeah, if a person reaches a certain particular age, don't give them the fucking money anymore. And that's about it. But, you know, does any of that shit fucking matter to these people? No, because again, it's all about making poor people suffer. It's a complete fucking lie.
ages 130 to 139. 3.5 million people from ages 140 to 149. And money is being paid to many of them. And we're searching right now. In fact, Pam, good luck. Good luck. You're going to find...
I'm going to make a bet that they're going to find nothing and it won't be reported on. I love how fucking dog shit American media is. Let's fucking go. They're going to be like, sir, we haven't found shit at all. But you got to try to find it. They'll try again, still not find anything. It's like, all right, dude. Nice, lovely, very cool and good and fantastic.
Find it. But a lot of money is paid out to people because it just keeps getting paid and nobody does, and it really hurts Social Security and hurts our country. 1.3 million people from ages 150 to 159, and over 130,000 people, according to the Social Security databases, are age over 160 years old. We have a healthier country than I thought.
And they don't get any payments or anything at all. Not even true. There's RFK Jr., that little fucking...
Including, to finish, 1,039 people between the ages of 220 and 229, one person between the age of 240 and 249, and one person is listed at 360 years of age. More than 100 years older than our country. But we're going to find out where that money's going, and it's not going to be pretty. By slashing all of the fraud, waste, and theft we can find, we will defeat inflation, bring down mortgage rates, lower car payments and grocery prices, protect our seniors, and put more money in the pockets of American families.
I know the Democrats promised some workers as well.
And today interest rates took a beautiful drop, big beautiful drop. It's about time. And in the near future, I want to do what has not been done in 24 years, balance the federal budget. We're going to balance it.
We're going to balance the federal budget by giving rich people a huge tax break of $4.5 trillion. That's definitely going to balance the budget. Keep in mind, quick reminder, every time like the Republicans finish with their administration, the debt and the deficit only explodes under their leadership. It always has. Don't believe any of their lies. They're full of shit.
With that goal in mind, we have developed in great detail what we are calling the Gold Card, which goes on sale very, very soon. For $5 million, we will allow the most successful job-creating people from all over the world to buy a...
Yeah, we're only gonna let rich people in. If you're poor, fuck you. You can suck our nuts and suffer for all we care. Fuck you, you're poor. Out poor. Poor detected. Poor detected. That's really about it, to be honest.
Path to U.S. citizenship. It's like the green card, but better and more sophisticated. And these people will have to pay tax in our country. They won't have to pay tax from where they came. The money that they've made, you wouldn't want to do that, but they have to pay tax, create jobs. They'll also be taking people out of colleges and paying for them so that we can keep them in our country instead of having them being forced out. Number one at the top school, as an example, being forced out and not being allowed to stay and create tremendous numbers of jobs and great success for a company out there. So while we take out the criminals, killers, traffickers, and child predators who are allowed to enter our country under the open border policy of these people, the Democrats, the Biden administration, the open border insane policies that you've allowed.
Again, like, hey, it's just a lie, dude. Like, literally... Title 42, Biden kept that pretty much in place. Most of the fucking goddamn people who did come up were claiming of asylum because, you know, you're allowed to do that. That is a political distinction, not anything else. But yeah, you can claim asylum. You're allowed to do that. That is how that fucking works. But again, it's just lies, nonsense. Nothing fucking matters with this fucking idiot. I'm just gonna lie.
Allowed to destroy our country. We will now bring in brilliant, hardworking jobs.
Oh yeah. Also, again, why were there a bunch of people also coming up? Oh, could it have been because of again something that he did with all the sanctioning on Venezuela and sanctioning on other fucking countries? Oh, but we're not going to talk about that because it's just kind of inconvenient for us. Well.
Job creating people. They're going to pay a lot of money, and we're going to reduce our debt with that money. Americans have given us a mandate for bold and profound change. For nearly 100 years, the federal bureaucracy has grown until it has crushed our freedoms, ballooned our deficits, and held back America's potential in every possible way.
Every Republican administration has been the one to balloon the deficit. Trump was one of the historic worst at ballooning the deficit because of his fucking tax cuts to the rich.
The nation founded by pioneers and risk takers now drowns under millions and millions of pages of regulations and debt. Approvals that should take 10 days to get instead take 10 years, 15 years, and even 20 years before you're rejected. Meanwhile, we have hundreds of thousands of federal workers who have not been showing up to work. My administration will reclaim power from this
Yeah, 'cause
unaccountable
they've been
bureaucracy, and we will
working
restore true
remotely.
democracy to America again.
Okay. You want to know the funny thing is, like, proportionally, like, what? The amount of federal workers in comparison from the 50s to today, the population of America, and I think, like, in 1955, this has been around Eisenhower's time, I believe it was about 170 million. That was the population of the country. There was about 2 million federal workers. Population has doubled. Do you want to know what the percent, how many fucking federal workers there are now? About 3 million. Oh, but that's kind of an increase. Not by a lot. If we're talking about relative percentages, about 1 out of 100, about 1 out of 100, about 1 out of 100 fucking people work in the federal government in the U.S. Like 330 million people, about 3 million. And previously in the 50s, about 2.3 million people in the federal government for 170 million people. 1 out of 85 versus 1 out of 100. In terms of percentages, that's almost about 2% in comparison to 1%. It turns out federal government, pretty fucking efficient. That's a little weird. But again, they're never gonna fucking talk about the numbers because, like, if Republicans were to talk about the fucking numbers, it would make them look really stupid. So it's not about efficiency. It's about making the mechanisms of government as bad as possible so they can benefit politically from it. That's literally it.
Bureaucrat who resists this change will be removed from office immediately. Because we are draining the swamp. It's very simple. And the days of rule by unelected bureaucrats
We're draining the
are
swamp.
over.
That is so funny that he says that, and literally Elon Musk is an unelected bureaucrat who's just cutting random fucking programs, putting in illegal fucking servers into the government, and he's just like fucking faffing about all over the pram. But yeah, sure, the era of unelected bureaucrats sure is over. Isn't it, Republicans? Yeah, sure, conservatives. It sure is over. Hilarious.
And the next phase of our plan to deliver the greatest economy in history is for this Congress to pass tax cuts for everybody. They're in there. They're waiting for you to vote. And I'm sure that the people on my right, I don't mean the...
We're going to get the chart. Let's get the chart. Let's see. Let's take a look at Trump's tax cuts. Who's it going to mostly benefit? There it is. Here's Trump's tax cuts. Know something funny about it? These are the current proposed tax cuts. Average tax change by income group in 2026. Here's the cut. Look who's benefiting the most. Tax cut of about $36,000 for the richest 1%. The next 4% gets a tax cut of about $7,000, huh? Some tax cut you got there, buddy. Meanwhile, literally everyone else, the middle class and the fucking lower classes, huge tax hikes for all of them. Everyone else, even like upper middle class people, are getting an increase to their fucking taxes. Meanwhile, the richest Americans, nothing but cuts. But okay. Okay, dude.
Republican right, but my right here, I'm sure you're going to vote for those tax cuts, because otherwise I don't believe the people will ever vote you into office. So I'm doing you a big favor by telling you that. But I know this group is going to be voting for the tax.
Whoa, we're gonna cut billionaires' taxes. Let's go, boys.
Thank you. It's a very, very big part of our plan. We had tremendous success in our first term within a very big part of our plan. We're seeking permanent income tax cuts all across the board. And to get urgently needed relief to Americans hit especially hard by inflation, I'm calling for no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our great seniors. And I also want to make interest payments on car loans tax deductible, but only if the car is made in America.
We love that.
And by the way, we're going to have growth in the auto industry like nobody's ever seen. Plants are opening up all over the place. Deals are being made. Never seen. That's a combination of the election win and tariffs. It's a beautiful word, isn't it?
No, it's not actually. Like, it's just nonsense.
That, along with our other policies, will allow our auto industry to absolutely boom. It's going to boom. Spoke to the majors today, all three, the top people, and they're so excited. In fact, already numerous car companies have announced that they will be building massive automobile plants in America, with Honda just announcing a new plant in Indiana, one of the largest anywhere in the world.
Wasn't that already something that was
And this
being
has taken
proposed?
place since our
But okay.
great victory on November 5th, a date which will hopefully go down as one of the most important in the history of our country. In addition, as part of our tax cuts, we want to cut taxes on domestic production and all manufacturing. And just as we did before, we will provide 100% expensing. It will be retroactive to January 20th, 2025. And it was one of the main reasons why our tax cuts were so successful in our first term, giving us the most successful economy in the history of our country. First term. We had a great first term.
We love that.
If you don't make your product in America...
Yeah, the part of the reason why there was inflation across the world was not only because of COVID, because of how badly he handled COVID, but also because of the tax cuts. What was it, $2.7 trillion tax cut? But okay.
However, under the Trump administration, you will pay a tariff, and in some cases, a rather large one. Other countries have used tariffs against us for decades, and now it's our turn to start using them against those other countries. On average, the European Union, China, Brazil, India, Mexico, and Canada, have you heard of them? And countless other nations charge us tremendously higher tariffs than we charge them. It's very unfair. India charges us auto tariffs higher than 100%. China's average tariff on our products is twice what we charge.
Dude, it's because your fucking products suck. Sucks to fucking suck, nerd. Get better products. Make better fucking shit. Regulate your fucking companies better, and then maybe people will actually buy some of your shit. Have you ever thought of it that way? Manufacture better. But we have to keep deregulating because that's the only way people are going to make better shit. Sure, man.
Them. And South Korea's average tariff is 4 times higher. Think of that, 4 times higher. And we give so much help militarily and in so many other ways to South Korea, but that's what happens. This is happening by friend and foe. This system is not fair to the United States and never was, and so on April 2nd, I wanted to make it April 1st, but I didn't want to be accused of April Fool's Day. That's not, it's just one day, which costs us a lot of money. But we're going to do it in April. I'm a very superstitious person. April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in. And whatever they tariff us, other countries, we will tariff them. That's reciprocal, back and forth. Whatever they tax us, we will tax them.
We're going to have a trade war with literally everyone on the planet.
To keep us out of their market, then we will do non-monetary barriers to keep them out of our market. There's a lot of that, too. They don't even allow us in their market. We will take in trillions and trillions of dollars and create jobs like we have never seen before. I did it with China, and I did it with others, and the Biden administration couldn't do anything about it because there was so much money they couldn't do anything about it. We have been ripped off for decades by nearly every country on earth, and we will not let that happen any longer.
Not even true, but it's okay. I'm a dipshit, and people buy it up anyways.
Much has been said
how that works.
over the last 3 months about Mexico and Canada. But we have very large deficits with both of them, but even more importantly, they've allowed fentanyl to come into our country at levels never...
You are the reason why that fucking happened with your fucking stupid tariff policy, you fucking moron. You're the one who did that. You're the reason why there's fucking giant deficits. But again, it doesn't fucking matter for any of these people because they're just propagandized dipshits. Nothing fucking matters. You just say things and it just works out. Can we jump? There we go.
Never seen before, killing hundreds of thousands of our citizens and many very young, beautiful people, destroying families. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. They are, in effect, receiving subsidies of hundreds of billions of dollars. We pay subsidies to Canada and to Mexico of hundreds of billions of dollars, and the United States will not be doing that any longer. We're not going to do it any longer. Thanks to our America First policies we're putting into place, we have had $1.7 trillion of new investment in America in just the past few weeks. The combination of the election and our economic policies that people of SoftBank, one of the most brilliant...
Hold on. Because it's just funny, dude. We literally talked about this yesterday. real quick. Where's the S&P 500? Wiping out 3.4 trillion. Post-election gains were wiped out. And you sure about that, Trump? Index has now lost 3.3 trillion since February 19th. You sure, Trump? So far I think your economy's not doing very well. I said this before, but Beau the Fifth, or Belle the Fifth, Belle the Column, right? Beau's wife has also talked about like the economy that Trump is inheriting is not a very it's not a very stable economy. It's a recovering economy. The economy that he initially had before in the first term was a good economy by all, the metrics that are used to measure that stuff. He fucks around, breaks a bunch of shit. Joe Biden, for the most part, fixes a lot of the problems, but it's still recovering because it takes time, because neoliberal policy. And now the economy that he's inheriting is, it's kind of on shaky grounds. Where basically if you do stupid shit, like what he's doing, like introducing a bunch of inflationary policies like these trade wars and the tariffs every fucking goddamn time, guess what? Whoa, now the economy's really shaky. And a bunch of consumer confidence and investor fucking confidence making the economy tank. All of the gains. And this is since February 19th. Not even like 2 weeks. Gone. Incredible. You're doing great, sir.
Anywhere in the world announced a $200 billion investment. OpenAI and Oracle, Larry Ellison, announced $500 billion investment, which they wouldn't have done if
We're going to invest in AI.
Apple
Very important.
announced $500 billion investment. Tim Cook called me. He said, I cannot spend it fast enough. It's going to be much higher than that, I believe. It'll be
every company's capitulating to me.
And just yesterday, Taiwan Semiconductor, the biggest in the world, most powerful in the world, has a tremendous amount, 97% of the market, announced a $165 billion investment to build the most powerful chips on Earth right here in the USA. And we're not giving them any money. Your CHIPS Act is a horrible, horrible thing. We give hundreds of billions of dollars, and it doesn't mean a thing. They take our money and they don't spend it. All that meant to them, we're giving them no money. All that was important to them was they didn't want to pay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is not how the CHIPS Act worked. But again, I don't expect Trump to know how the fucking CHIPS Act worked. No, he was investing in corporations to bring back American manufacturing. The CHIPS Act literally helped create hundreds of thousands of jobs that he just is going to try to wipe out. Because again, no other fucking policy besides being spiteful to predecessors. That's it. Otherwise, there's nothing else that's going on here.
Pay the tariffs, so they came in the building, and many other companies are coming. We don't have to give them money. We just want to protect our businesses and our people, and they will come because they won't have to pay tariffs if they build in America. So it's very amazing. You should get rid of the CHIP Act, and whatever's left over, Mr. Speaker, you should use it to reduce debt, or any other reason you want to.
Do stupid shit. It doesn't matter.
Our new trade policy will also be great for the American farmer. I love the farmer. Who will now be selling.
Wasn't there like videos of farmers talk about like when USAID got fucking yeeted because USAID was also helping American farmers? They were just like, dude, what the fuck just happened? Like USAID just got defunded. I voted for Trump. He just like fucked me over. What the fuck? But okay.
Our home market, the USA, because nobody is going to be able.
Also, the last time when he got like into a trade war with fucking China, which again, because of the tariffs, there's now a trade war in China. He had to give subsidies to American farmers. Hilarious.
Compete with you. Because there's goods that come in from other countries and companies. They're really, really in a bad position in so many different ways. They're uninspected. They may be very dirty and disgusting, and they come in and they pour in, and they hurt our American farmers. The tariffs will go on agricultural product coming into America, and our farmers starting on April 2nd. It may be a little bit of an adjustment period. We had that before. When
a little bit of an adjustment period.
And I said, just bear with me. And they did. They did. Probably have to bear with me again, and this will be even better. That was great. The problem with it was that Biden didn't enforce it. He didn't enforce it. $50 billion of purchases, and we were doing great, but Biden did not enforce it, and it hurt our farmers. But our farmers are going to have a field day right now. So to our farmers, have a lot of fun. I love you too. I love you too. It's all going to happen.
We're going to ruin the economy for you.
And I have also imposed a 25% tariff on foreign aluminum, copper, lumber, and steel, because if we don't have, as an example, steel, and lots of other things, we don't have a military, and frankly, we just won't have a country very long. Here today is a proud American steelworker, fantastic person, from Decatur, Alabama. Jeff Denard has been working at the same steel plant for 27 years in a job that has allowed him to serve as the captain of his local volunteer fire department, raise 7 children with his beautiful wife, Nicole, and over the years provide a loving home for more than 40 foster children. So great, Jeff.
How does it feel that I'm going to ruin the economy?
Thank you, Jeff. Stories like Jeff's remind us that tariffs are not just about protecting American jobs. They're about protecting the soul of our country. Tariffs are about making America rich again and making America great again, and it's happening, and it will happen rather quickly. There'll be a little disturbance, but we're
A little disturbance with the tariffs. 3.3 trillion fucking wiped out already because of his like stupid fucking policies. Little disturbance, huh? That's quite a way to put it there, Trump. Quite a way to put it.
okay with that. It won't be much. No, you're not. Oh. And look where Biden took us. Very low, the lowest we've ever been. Jeff, I want to thank you very much. And I also want to recognize another person who has devoted herself to foster care community. She worked so hard on it. A very loving person, our magnificent First Lady of the United States.
Melania's having a great time. She definitely wants to be here.
Melania's work has yielded incredible results, helping prepare our nation's future leaders as they enter the workforce. Our First Lady is joined by two impressive young women, very impressive. Haley Ferguson, who benefited from the First Lady's Fostering the Future initiative and is poised to complete her education and become a teacher. And Elliston Berry, who became a victim of an illicit deepfake image produced by a peer. With Elliston's help, the Senate just passed the Take It Down Act. And
What I find it hilarious, he's like constantly soying and sucking the dick of AI, and now he's like praising a person who is doing something about fucking deepfakes. You are aware, Trump, that deepfakes are created by AI, right? By generative AI, which you're obsessed with? Okay. Nice meme.
this is so important. Thank you very much, John. John Thune, thank you. Stand up, John. Thank you, John. Thank you all very
But again,
much.
nothing matters.
Thank you.
Nothing matters.
And thank you to John Thune and the Senate. Great job. To criminalize the publication of such images online is a terrible, terrible thing. And once it passes the House, I look forward to signing that bill into law. Thank you. And I'm going to use that bill for myself, too, if you don't mind. Because nobody gets treated worse than I do online. Nobody. That's great. Thank you very much to the Senate. Thank you. But if we truly care about protecting Americans' children, no step is more crucial than securing America's borders. Over the past 4 years, 21 million people poured into the United States. Many of them were murderers, human traffickers, gang members, and other criminals from the streets of dangerous cities all throughout the world.
Is this coming from the guy who literally brought back in Andrew fucking Tate, you know? Who, the reason why Andrew Tate even got fucking arrested to begin with in Romania, because otherwise the Romanians weren't going to do shit, guaranteed. They were not going to do anything at all. The only reason why fucking Andrew Tate even got to begin with was because of the fact that he was trafficking an American citizen. Hilarious.
Because of Joe Biden's insane and very dangerous open border policies. They're now strongly embedded in our country, but we are getting them out and getting them out fast. And I want to thank Tom Homan and Christy. I want to thank you and Paul of Border Patrol. I want to thank you. What a job they've all done. Everybody, Border Patrol, ICE, well, law enforcement in general is incredible. We have to take care of our law enforcement. Have to. Last year, a brilliant 22-year-old nursing student named Lakin Riley, the best in her class, admired by everybody, went out for a jog on the campus of the University of Georgia. That morning, Lakin was viciously attacked, assaulted, beaten, brutalized, and horrifically murdered. Lakin was stolen from us by a savage illegal alien gang member who was arrested while trespassing across Biden's open southern border.
Yeah, dude, that you had a fucking hand in making worse with your fucking bad policies. Her blood is on your fucking hands, dumbass. You're the reason why Lakin Riley died. Hilarious. But, you know, that's not going to be mentioned. No, it's not my fault. I had nothing to do with Lakin Riley dying. Wasn't my fault. Also, the dumbass Lakin Riley act, which is just, like, fucking, like, complete dog shit. If you're suspected of doing a no-no, doing a bad, well, we'll probably throw you into jail. No habeas corpus, no nothing. It's just a really bad fucking bill, to be honest.
And then set loose into the United States under the heartless policies of that failed administration. It was indeed a failed administration. He had then been arrested and released in a Democrat-run sanctuary city, a disaster, before ending the life of this beautiful young angel. With us this evening are Lakin's beloved mother, Allison, and her sister, Lauren.
Let's not pay attention to the fact that I was
Last year I told Lakin's grieving parents that we would ensure their daughter would not have died in vain. That's why the very first bill I signed into law as your 47th president mandates the detention of all dangerous criminal aliens who threaten public safety. It's a very strong, powerful act. It's called the Lakin Riley Act. So Allison and Lauren, America will never ever forget our beautiful Lakin Hope Riley.
Yeah, it's only gonna be it's basically gonna be like stop and frisk, to be honest, but for like random immigrants. That's basically, like, if I were to, like, summarize what the Laken Riley Act is, stop and frisk, but for fucking immigrants. We suspect that you're an illegal immigrant. You're looking a little too brown today. You might be an illegal. In reality, they're like they have like a green card. They're an American citizen. They've been paying taxes, and well, time for you to leave. Yeah, man, that's definitely gonna be that's definitely gonna be enforced very well.
Thank you very much. Since taking office, my administration has launched the most sweeping border and immigration crackdown in American history, and we quickly achieved the lowest numbers of illegal border crossers ever recorded. Thank you.
You already talked about this, dude.
The media and our friends in the Democrat Party kept saying we needed new legislation, we must have legislation to secure the border. But it turned out that all we really needed was a new president.
Well, yeah, you're supposed to do it through legislation. That's how that works. But again, like, you don't give a fuck about the processes of government. Like, literally, like I said before, all Republicans do, all they fucking care about is just, like, destroying the fucking government, using it as a way to make their fucking the next person have to deal with the fucking consequences, and then talk about look at how they fucked it all up, and then use it to get back into power. And then the cycle fucking repeats itself over and over and over again, without actually fixing any of the actual underlying problems. It's a story as old as fucking time itself at this point.
Thank you. Joe Biden didn't just open our borders, he flew illegal aliens over them to overwhelm our schools, hospitals, and communities throughout the country.
Man, he
Entire
sure did
towns
do
like
that.
Aurora, Colorado, and Springfield, Ohio buckled under the weight of the migrant occupation and corruption like nobody's ever seen before. Beautiful towns.
Yeah, he mentioning the Aurora lie. Literally, the only thing that happened there was some slumlord literally was not doing anything about the slum building that he was maintaining, and then literally orchestrated a fucking psyop to make it look like it's because of Venezuelan gang members. Hilarious.
Destroyed. Now, just as I promised in my inaugural address, we are achieving the great liberation of America.
Totally.
But there still is much work to be done. Here tonight is a woman.
We're gonna put people into the fucking camps, and it's gonna liberate America. It's gonna be great, folks.
To know Alexis Nungary from Houston. Wonderful woman. Last June, Alexis's 12-year-old daughter, her precious Jocelyn, walked to a nearby convenience store. She was kidnapped, tied up, assaulted for 2 hours under a bridge, and horrifically murdered. Arrested and charged with this heinous crime are 2 illegal alien monsters from Venezuela, released into America by the last administration through their ridiculous open border. The death of this beautiful...
I've already mentioned this before. Why are there a bunch of fucking immigrants coming up from Venezuela? It's because of you. You did that. You did that. You did that, Trump. With the new sanctions that you put on Venezuela, collapsing their fucking economy, it forced a lot of people to fucking leave and go to the U.S. Oh my goodness. Holy shit. Crazy. But again, it's nothing but fucking lies, lies, lies. Is anyone going to look this up? Nope, probably not. Is the media going to fucking fact check this? No, they're not, because they only care about their access. Literally because of fucking private ownership of fucking media companies is none of this shit going to be fucking checked. Not at all.
Beautiful 12-year-old girl in the agony of her mother and family touched our entire nation greatly. Alexis, I promised that we would always remember your daughter, your magnificent daughter, and earlier tonight I signed an order keeping my word to you. One thing I've learned about Jocelyn is that she loved animals so much, she loved nature. Across Galveston Bay, from where Jocelyn lived in Houston, you will find a magnificent national wildlife refuge, a pristine, peaceful, 34,000-acre sanctuary for all of God's creatures on the edge of the Gulf of America. Alexis, moments ago, I formally renamed that refuge in loving memory of your beautiful daughter, Jocelyn. So, Mr. Vice President, if you would, may I have the order?
Yeah, I think that doesn't matter. Yeah, you've been politically groomed. I guarantee you that mother doesn't understand the main reasonings for as to why, more than likely, the murder of her daughter fucking happened. It's because of him. He's the one who more than likely did that. Not because of the open border policy of the fucking Democrats. That's fucking stupid. They've never been for fucking open borders. It's just dumb. Stupid, dumb, doesn't matter. But, you know, we can just say shit because, again, Reality doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Who cares? Just say shit, and it'll probably stick on the wall, because information, reality, facts doesn't fucking matter.
Thank you very much. All three savages charged with Jocelyn and Lakin's murders were members of the Venezuelan prison gang, the toughest gang they say in the world, known as Tren de Aragua. 2 weeks ago, I officially designated this gang, along with MS-13 and the bloodthirsty Mexican drug cartels, as foreign terrorist organizations.
Tren de Aragua.
They are now officially in the same category as ISIS, and that's not good for them. Countless thousands of these terrorists were welcomed into the U.S. by the Biden administration, but now every last one will be rounded.
I'm being a dead fucking horse, but the reason why there's a bunch of Venezuelans who migrated up was not because of open borders policy. That's just stupid and dumb. That's not the fucking reason. It's because of fucking sanctions that you put on the Venezuelan economy that helped collapse their economy, so a bunch of people left to try to go to the U.S. to get a better life for themselves. He's just lying.
Rounded up and forcibly removed from our country, or, if they're too dangerous, put in jails, standing trial in this country, because we don't want them to come back ever. With us this evening is a warrior on the front lines of that battle, Border Patrol Agent Roberto Ortiz. Great guy.
Love Border Patrol. Even though I technically make their jobs harder.
In January, Roberto and another agent were patrolling by the Rio Grande, near an area known as Cartel Island. Doesn't sound too nice to me. When heavily armed gunmen started shooting at them, Roberto saw that his partner was totally exposed, great danger, and he leapt into action, returning fire and providing crucial seconds for his fellow agent to seek safety, just barely. I have some of the prints of that event, and it was not good. Agent Ortiz, we salute you for your great courage and for your line of fire that you took, and for the bravery that you showed. We honor you, and we will always honor you. Thank you, Roberto, very much. Thank you, Roberto. And I actually got to know him on my many calls to the border. He's a great gentleman. The territory to the immediate south of our border is now dominated entirely by criminal cartels that murder, rape, torture, and exercise total control. They have total control over a whole nation, posing a grave threat to our
I wonder why that might be the case. You know, it couldn't be because of our arms manufacturers constantly selling to the cartels. None of that whatsoever. But they're not going to do anything about it.
Social security. The cartels are waging war on America, and it's time for America to wage war on the cartels, which we are doing.
Drug war 4.0, baby. Let's go.
5 months ago, Mexican authorities, because of our tariff policies being imposed on them, think of this, handed over to us 29 of the biggest cartel leaders in their country. That has never happened before. They want to make us happy. First time ever. But we need Mexico and Canada to do much more than they've done, and they have to stop the fentanyl and drugs pouring into the USA. They're going to stop it. I have sent Congress a detailed funding request.
Yeah, most of the drugs that go in come in through legal ports of entry, so already wrong there. And most of the time, well, actually, I should also say that, like, it's like less than 1% comes from Canada, so we basically have, like, not really much of anything to do with this, but it doesn't fucking matter. Just say shit, because reality just doesn't matter. So we can just say anything. Who the fuck cares? And also, the Mexicans were already helping, but it doesn't matter. We can just say shit. But okay.
Request laying out exactly how we will eliminate these threats to protect our homeland and complete the largest deportation operation in American history, larger even than current record holder President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a moderate man, but someone who believed very strongly in borders. Americans expect Congress to send me this funding without delay so I can sign it into law. So, Mr. Speaker, John Thune, both of you, I hope you're going to be able to do that, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. Mr. Leader, thank you. Thank you very much. And let's get it to me. I'll sign it so fast, you won't even believe it. And as we reclaim our sovereignty, we must also bring back law and order to our cities and towns. In recent years, our justice system has been turned upside down by radical left lunatics. Many jurisdictions recently ceased enforcing the law against dangerous repeat offenders while weaponizing law enforcement against political opponents like me. My administration has acted swiftly and decisively to restore fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law, starting at the FBI and the DOJ. Pam, good luck. Cash, wherever you may be, good luck. Good luck. Pam Bond. Good luck. So important.
Yes.
Gonna do a great job. Cash, thank you. Thank you, Cash.
You have a bunch of complete freaks.
They've already started very strong. They're going to do a fantastic job. You're going to be very proud of them. We're also once again giving our police officers the support, protection, and respect they so dearly deserve. They have to get it. They have such a hard, dangerous job, but we're going to make it less dangerous. The problem is the bad guys don't respect the law, but they're starting to respect it, and they soon will respect it. This also includes our great fire departments throughout the country. Our firemen and women are unbelievable people.
How the fuck are, like, okay, I just want to, like, understand. How the fuck do people who already don't respect the law, being criminals, how the fuck does that make any sense? How are they going to start to respect the laws? I've always, like, I know, like, it's always, like, double think and, like, nothing fucking matters to conservatives, but still, like, just fucking think about it. Like, just for one fucking second, just think about it logically. He literally just spoke out of both sides of his fucking mouth, but it doesn't fucking matter. Because everyone, like, information doesn't matter. Nothing fucking matters. Who the fuck cares? Just say shit. For the sake of saying shit. Fuck it. YOLO. Who cares?
People. I will never forget them. And besides that, they voted for me in record numbers, so I have no choice. 1 year ago this month, 31-year-old New York police officer Jonathan Diller, unbelievably wonderful person and a great officer, was gunned down at a traffic stop on Long Island. I went to his funeral. The vicious criminal charged with his murder had 21 prior arrests, and they were rough arrests, so he was a real bad one. The thug in the seat next to him had 14 prior arrests and went by the name of Killer. He was Killer. He killed other people, they say, a lot of them. I attended Officer Diller's service, and when I met his wife and one-year-old son, Ryan, it was very inspirational, actually. His widow's name is Stephanie, and she is here tonight. Stephanie, thank you very much, Stephanie. Thank you very much. Stephanie, we're going to make sure that Ryan knows his dad was a true hero, New York's finest, and we're going to get these cold-blooded killers and repeat offenders off our streets, and we're going to do it fast. Got to stop it. They get out with 28 arrests. They push people into subway trains. They hit people over the head, back of the head with baseball bats. We got to get them out of here. I've already signed an executive order requiring a mandatory death penalty for anyone who murders a police officer, and tonight I'm asking Congress to pass that policy into permanent law. I'm also asking for a new crime bill getting tough on repeat offenders while enhancing protections for America's police officers so they can do their jobs without fear of their lives being totally destroyed. They don't want to be killed. We're not going to let them be killed. Joining us at the gallery tonight is a young man who truly loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer.
Whoa! Woke DEI, what's going on here? In the police department? What's up? What's going on here? That's crazy. Political grooming, by the way. Literal fucking grooming shit.
But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago.
In the meanwhile, literally the first thing Trump does with his executive orders is cut funding for research. Very funny. Immediately cuts funding for fucking research. Hilarious.
Since that time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer, actually a number of times. The police love him, the police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
We're doing grooming. Grooming. Political grooming. We love to groom children. We're Republicans.
Thank you, DJ. DJ's doctors believe his cancer likely came from a chemical he was exposed to when he was younger. Since 1975, rates of child cancer have increased by more than 40%.
So, funny thing about that, first off, Trump, again, cutting funding for cancer research, making it harder also for this guy to probably get his medicine for cancer, again, because he cut a lot of the ability for Medicare to be able to negotiate drug prices, but that's all besides the point. You want to know why it's the case that black people are a lot more likely to get cancer? It's because of redlining, because of racism and Jim Crow segregation. A lot of times, and Zane, if you're still here, you could probably add testament to this. A lot of black communities were either put like separated by highways or put like right next to chemical industrial areas. And because of all the fumes that are coming off of those plants and people breathing in that noxious toxic air, the chemical filled air, quite literally, it made it such that black people were a lot more likely to get cancer and get other fucking diseases. That's a little strange. What's like it's like, I think it's in I don't know if it's called like literally like Toxic Alley. A certain zip code in the US where it's literally a black neighborhood right next to chemical industrial plants. Quite literally. And you see this literally in action. You want to know who, generally speaking, have implemented those policies? It was the fucking conservatives, the Republicans. These motherfuckers, they don't give a shit at all about like the treatment of people like taking on like childhood fucking cancer and stuff like that. They don't give a shit about any of that stuff. They don't care about that at all. Because for the most part, they're the ones who help perpetrate this stuff with their fucking policies. But we're gonna like sit here and pretend that the Republican Party actually does care very much about cancer and stuff like that. Get the fuck out of here with this bullshit. These motherfuckers don't care.
Reversing this trend is one of the top priorities for our new presidential commission to make America healthy again, chaired by our new Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy, Jr.
Measles is back. Measles is back, boys.
With the name Kennedy, you would have thought everybody over here would have been cheering. How quickly they forget. Our goal is to get toxins out of our environment, poisons out of our food supply,
RFK
and keep
is
our
a
children
stupid
healthy
dipshit
and strong.
conservative,
As an
but okay.
example, not long ago, and you can't even believe these numbers, 1 in 10,000 children had autism, 1 in 10,000, and now it's 1 in 36. There's something wrong, 1 in 36, think of that. So we're going to find out what it is, and there's nobody better than Bobby and all of the people that are working with you. You have the best to figure out what is going on. Okay, Bobby, good luck. It's a very important job. Thank you. Thank you. My administration is also working to protect our children from toxic ideologies in our schools. A few years ago, January, Littlejohn and her husband discovered that their daughter's school had secretly socially transitioned their 13-year-old little girl. Teachers and administrators conspired to deceive January and her husband while encouraging her daughter to use a new name and pronouns. They, them pronoun, actually, all without telling.
Yeah, you want to know why? Probably they weren't telling the parents because they were probably abusive pieces of shit. Not quite literally. Probably abusive piece of shit their fucking goddamn daughter. Or was it son? I don't remember exactly. To their child. So, again, they were doing the social transition, everything in fucking secret. Not because of anything that the teachers did or anything. Obviously not. Generally speaking, a lot of the reasons for as to why this particular situation happens is because, again, the kid doesn't feel safe talking to their own parents. They are afraid of potential abuse. But again, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Republicans don't give a fuck about abuse. They're fine with abuse. They totally encourage abuse of children. They don't give a shit. None of these people give a shit about the abuse of children. If they cared about the abuse of children, why do they have one of Epstein's best fucking friends as president right now? Think about it. Donald Trump has appeared a lot in that little fucking in that little flight log. He's appeared a lot there. Makes you think, doesn't it?
January, who is here tonight and is now a courageous advocate against this form of child abuse. January, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh man, the detransitioners.
Thank you. Stories like this are why, shortly after taking office, I signed an executive order banning public schools from indoctrinating our children with transgender ideology.
Something that was not happening, but okay.
I also signed an order to cut off all taxpayer funding to any institution that engages in the sexual mutilation of our youth.
Something that also was not happening, only in the most extreme of circumstances and cases. Were there like actual sort of surgeries done? Only in some of the most extreme cases. But otherwise, was not happening at all.
And now I want Congress to pass a bill permanently banning and criminalizing sex changes on children and forever ending the lie that any child is trapped in the wrong body. This is a big lie. And our message to every child in America is that you are perfect exactly the way God made you.
We love the culture war, folks, don't we?
Because we're getting wokeness out of our schools and out of our military, and it's already out, and it's out of our society. We don't want it.
Love getting rid of the
wokeness
woke,
is trouble.
don't we, folks?
Wokeness is bad. It's gone. It's gone. And we feel so much better for it, don't we? Don't we feel
more
better?
woke.
Our service members won't be activists and ideologues. They will be fighters and warriors. They will fight for our country. And Pete, congratulations. Secretary of Defense, congratulations.
The drinker-in-chief, Pete Hexes.
He's not big into the woke movement, I can tell you. I know him well. I am pleased to report that in January, the U.S. Army had its single best recruiting month in 15 years, and that all armed services are having among the best recruiting results ever in the history of our services. What a difference.
Yeah, a bunch of people are poor, so they're probably joining the army. Makes sense. It is called the poverty draft for a reason. Notice how none of those guys are clapping.
A few months ago,
funny.
where the results were exactly the opposite. We couldn't recruit anywhere. We couldn't recruit. Now we're having the best results just about that we've ever had. What a tremendous turnaround. It's really a beautiful thing to see. People love our country again. It's very simple. They love our country, and they love being in our military again. So it's a great thing, and thank you very much. Great job.
I feel like that's not the reasoning, but okay.
We're joined tonight by a young man, Jason Hartley, who knows the weight of that call of duty. Jason's father, grandfather, and great-grandfather all wore the uniform. Jason tragically lost his dad, who was also a Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy when he was just a boy, and now he wants to carry on the family legacy of service. Jason is a senior in high school, a six-letter varsity athlete, a really good athlete, they say, a brilliant student with a 4.46, that's good, GPA. And his greatest dream is to attend the U.S. Military Academy at West Point. And Jason, that's a very big deal getting in. That's a hard one to get into. But I'm pleased to inform you that your application has been accepted. You will soon be joining the Corps of Cadets.
Here's the fucking funny thing about this. Like, most, like, dudes who go to West Point are, like, all pencil-pushing fucking liberals. They're never fucking conservatives. And there's a reason for that. What they care about, first and foremost, is, like, a well-oiled fucking machine. Conservatives don't fucking want any of that shit, which is really fucking funny, dude. That, like, Trump is, like, celebrating this. Like, dude's gonna go to West Point, it's probably not gonna be a fucking conservative. Which is really, really funny.
Thank you. Jason, you're going to be on the long gray line, Jason. As Commander-in-Chief, my focus is on building the most powerful military of the future. As a first step, I'm asking Congress to fund a state-of-the-art Golden Dome missile defense shield to protect our homeland. All made...
$70 trillion more dollars to the military-industrial complex, folks. We love the military-industrial complex. We just need to give them more and more money constantly at all times because, for whatever reason, there's fucking bottle rockets that are constantly coming to the U.S. Golden fucking Dome iron missile defense. God, it's so dumb, dude.
In the USA.
Notice how none of those fucking generals or anything, none of them are fucking clapping because they probably understand like this is really fucking stupid. But hey. Private military corporations, and we're getting more money out of this, so fuck it. We're fine with this.
And Ronald Reagan wanted to do it long ago, but the technology just wasn't there, not even close. But now we have the technology. It's incredible, actually. And other places, they have it. Israel has it. Other places have it. And the United States should have it too. Right, Tim, right? They should have it too. So I want to thank you. But it's a very, very important. This is a very dangerous world. We should have it. We want to be protected, and we're going to protect our citizens like never before. To boost our defense industrial base, we are also going to resurrect the American shipbuilding industry, including commercial shipbuilding and military shipbuilding. And for that purpose, I am announcing tonight that we will create a new Office of Shipbuilding in the White House and offer special tax incentives to bring this industry home to America where it belongs. We used to make so many ships. We don't make them anymore very much, but we're going to make them very fast, very soon. It will have a huge impact. To further enhance our national security, my administration will be reclaiming the Panama Canal, and we've already started doing it. Just today, a large American...
Again, like, here's the thing with all the Panama Canal stuff. This is where, like, the shit starts to go really off the rails, and he just says complete fucking nonsense. The Panama Canal is run by the Panamanians. He's going to probably talk about China, how China has complete control of the Panama Canal. Not even fucking true. It's still under the jurisdiction of the Panamanians. Always has been, but, you know, it doesn't matter. We can just say anything and just lie because, again, truth doesn't matter. Just say shit. It'll probably fucking be effective anyways, but you can just say stuff and it won't matter. Not really much else to say here. He's just gonna say complete fucking nonsense. Like, yeah, dude. Sure, man.
Company announced they are buying both ports around the Panama Canal and lots of other things having to do with the Panama Canal and a couple of other canals. The Panama Canal was built by Americans for Americans, not for others, but others could use it. But it was built at tremendous cost of American blood and treasure. 38,000 workers died building the Panama Canal. They died of malaria. They died of snake bites and mosquitoes. Not a nice place to work. They paid them very highly to go there, knowing there was a 25% chance that they would die. The most expensive project also that was ever built in our country's history, if you bring it up to modern day costs. It was given away by the Carter administration for $1, but that agreement has been violated very severely. We didn't give it to China. We gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back.
We're gonna do another war in Panama. Literally, there was already a fucking war in Panama in the 80s about this shit. Quite literally. There was already a war about this stuff. Mostly because it was to depose a military dictator who was not working with the Americans. So, you know, we're going to do it again, even though there's, like, no evidence at all to say that the Prime Minister of Panama, is it Prime Minister or President? Doesn't fucking matter. Isn't working at all with America. It's just nonsense. Nonsense for nonsense sake.
And we have Marco Rubio in charge. Good luck, Marco. Now,
Little
Marco
Marco.
can blame if anything goes wrong. Marco's been amazing, and he's going to do a great job. Think of it. He got 100 votes. You know, he was approved with actually 99, but the 100th was this gentleman, and I feel very certain. So let's assume he got 100 votes, and I'm either very, very happy about that or I'm very concerned about it. But he's already proven. I mean, he's a great gentleman. He's respected by everybody, and we appreciate you voting for Marco. He's going to do a fantastic job. Thank you.
Little Marco.
He's doing a great job. Great job. And I also have a message tonight for the incredible people of Greenland. We strongly support your right to determine your own future. And if you choose, we welcome you into the United States of America. We need Greenland for national security and even international security, and we're working with everybody involved to try and get it. But we need it really for international world security, and I think we're going to get it. One way or the other, we're going to get it.
I don't think.
We will keep you safe.
I don't think.
We will
that's
make you rich and
happening.
together. We will take Greenland to heights like you have never thought possible before. It's a very small population.
We're
but
still
very
doing all
large
the
piece of land and
stupid
very, very important for
nonsense.
military security. America is once again standing strong against the forces of radical Islamic terrorism. 3.5 years ago, ISIS terrorists killed 13 American service members and countless others in the Abbey Gate bombing during the disastrous and incompetent withdrawal from Afghanistan. Not that they were withdrawing, it was the way they withdrew. Perhaps the most...
I've already talked about this before. The reason why the fucking withdrawal was a complete shit show was because of Trump basically outlining his intentions completely threadbare to the Taliban. And then Joe Biden decided to follow through with it, even though, you know, you can make an argument. It's like, I mean, is this going to work out as intended? I would argue that not really. It's going to be a complete fucking shit show. Because, again, the ANA, as incredibly fucking corrupt as it was, it just folded within, like, a day. Like, they didn't even, like, put up a resistance at all. It was that fucking corrupt. Because, again... like, the basis and foundations for peace were not fucking laid out. Trump certainly didn't do anything in order to help with that situation. He honestly, actively just made it fucking worse. So, of course, the ANA, which was propped up for, like, God knows how fucking long, pretty much folded instantaneously. And now guess who's fucking suffering the prices and the consequences of that? Yeah, the fucking... the Afghanis. They have to suffer the consequences for my stupid actions. Just doing random shit willy-nilly.
Most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. Tonight I'm pleased to announce that we have just apprehended the top terrorist...
Like, literally, you're the reason why it was just a complete fucking shit show, buddy. Like, that was you. You're the reason, because, again, you didn't lay the foundation or basis for an effective withdrawal. But, you know, it doesn't matter. Just say shit. Who cares?
responsible for that atrocity, and he is right now on his way here to face the swift sword of American justice.
Just say stuff. It doesn't matter.
And I want to thank especially the government of Pakistan for helping arrest this monster. This was a very momentous day for those 13 families who I actually got to know very well, most of them, whose children were murdered, and the many people that were so badly, over 42 people, so badly injured on that fateful day in Afghanistan. What a horrible day. Such incompetence was shown. That when Putin saw what happened, I guess he said, wow, maybe this is my chance. That's how bad it was. Should have never...
That's not the reasoning why, but okay. Literally, you're the reason why it was as incompetent as it was because of your just sheer fucking idiocy and incompetence, but it doesn't matter. You're just going to say
happened.
stuff.
Grossly incompetent people. I spoke to many of the parents and loved ones, and they're all in our hearts tonight. Just spoke to them on the phone. We had a big call. Every one of them called, and everybody was on the line, and they did nothing but cry with happiness. They were very happy, as you can be under those circumstances. Their child, brother, sister, son, daughter was killed for no reason whatsoever. In the Middle East, we're bringing back our hostages from Gaza. In my first term, we achieved one of the most groundbreaking peace agreements in generations, the Abraham Accords.
Yeah, that laid the groundwork for October 7th. I've talked about this constantly. The reason why October 7th even fucking happened was because of the Abrahamic Accords. Point of putting Hamas into a political corner, feeling like they had to act out. They acted out, and as a result, whoa, the Israeli genocide of Palestinians only got exacerbated and worse. Fantastic. And Hamas, politically speaking, they won. Simply put, they got what they wanted out of it, making Israel look even worse, highly disrupting the fucking Abrahamic Accords. Like, good luck fucking gaining the fucking trust back of the Arab state signatories onto that fucking accord. Like, Saudi Arabia is not willing to fucking recognize it and sign onto the Abrahamic Accords unless, you know, a Palestinian state gets recognized. They also want a lot more American defense guarantees. Trump's probably going to give it to them. But a lot of the people who wanted, like, Palestine to be recognized as a state, you guys aren't fucking getting that shit. Not happening.
And now we're going to build on that foundation to create a more peaceful and prosperous future for the entire region. A lot of things are happening in the Middle East. People have been talking about that so much lately with everything going on with Ukraine and Russia. But a lot of things are happening in the Middle East. It's a rough neighborhood, actually. I'm also working tirelessly to end the savage conflict in Ukraine. Millions of Ukrainians and Russians have been needlessly killed or wounded in this horrific and brutal conflict.
Yeah, because of stupid shit you did, but, you know.
With no end in sight. The United States has sent hundreds of billions of dollars to support Ukraine's defense.
About
With no
170 billion?
No anything.
Most of it going to American arms manufacturers, but okay. He's just gonna lie.
Do you want to keep it going for another 5 years? Yeah, you would say Pocahontas says yes.
We're gonna do some dipshit fucking racism.
2,000 people have been killed every single week. More than that. They're Russian young people. They're Ukrainian young people. They're not Americans, but I wanted to stop. Meanwhile, Europe has...
You don't give a shit about the fucking young people that are getting killed. Does he, like, again, the ceasefire fucking happens. Does he think that the conflict's gonna end magically? Not how that fucking works. It's gonna start up again. Just like how he put together a hasty ceasefire for the Afghan war, because it was fucking hasty, that Joe Biden fucking followed up on. Whoa. The fighting still continued and the Taliban fucking took over the country instantly. Wait, I thought Trump hated terrorists or something. You're the one who fucking orchestrated the fucking pullout. It was a complete shit show. Same shit's gonna fucking happen here. You're gonna orchestrate the fucking ceasefire and the pullout of fucking American aid. It's gonna be a complete shit show. They're still gonna be fighting here. Ukrainians aren't gonna be fucking happy about this. And they're still gonna get fucking support from the Europeans. You're just doing this because, again, you only support the aggressors. That's it. The new axis of aggression. Fucking Israel, Russia, and the United States of America. Let's fucking go, boys.
Has sadly spent more money buying Russian oil and gas than they have spent on defending Ukraine, by far. Think of that. They've spent more buying Russian oil and gas than they have defending. And we've spent perhaps $350 billion, like taking candy from a baby. That's what happened. And they've spent $100 billion. What a difference that is. And we have an ocean separating us, and they don't. But we're getting along very well with them, and lots of good things are happening. Biden has authorized more money in this fight than Europe has spent by billions and billions of dollars. It's hard to believe that
We're
they
just
wouldn't
gonna
have stopped
lie.
and said at some point,
Doesn't
come on, let's
matter.
equalize. You got to be equal to us. But that didn't happen.
Love
Earlier today, I
lying.
received an important letter from President Zelensky of Ukraine. The letter reads, Ukraine is ready to come to the negotiating table as soon as possible to bring lasting peace closer. Nobody wants peace more than the Ukrainians, he said. My team and I stand ready to work under President Trump's strong leadership to get a peace that lasts. We do really value how much America has done to help Ukraine maintain its sovereignty and independence. Regarding the agreement on minerals and security, Ukraine is ready to sign it at any time that is convenient for you. I appreciate
just gonna
that he
do
sent this letter just a
economic
little while ago.
imperialism
Simultaneously,
like
we've had serious discussions with Russia
1800s
and
again.
have received strong signals that they are ready for peace. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Wouldn't that be beautiful?
I'm ready. I'm totally ready for that peace to just instantaneously just fucking fall apart because it's not going to be sustained. Because the Russians, they're just gonna attack again, and then everyone will just be like, "Hey, Trump, what happened? I thought peace was guaranteed in Ukraine. What's going on, buddy? What happened?" I don't know. Like, the Democrats must have done something to piss off the Russians. Okay, sure, man.
Wouldn't that be beautiful? It's time to stop this madness. It's time to halt the killing. It's time to end the senseless war. If you want to end wars, you have to talk to both sides. Nearly 4 years ago, amid rising tensions.
Brother, you're the one who literally had a peace conference with yourself and the Russians and the Saudi Arabians there. Didn't invite the Ukrainians. Didn't have the Europeans, who are the ones who are most impacted by this conflict, considering the fact that it's on their fucking continent, and you just decided not to have them there. You do not care about peace. Bullshit.
A history teacher named Mark Fogel was detained in Russia and sentenced to 14 years in a penal colony. Rough stuff. The previous administration barely lifted a finger to help him. They knew he was innocent, but they had no idea where to begin. But last summer, I promised his 95-year-old mother, Malphine, that we would bring her boy safely back home. After 22 days in office, I did just that, and they are here tonight.
Yeah, that's literally probably by giving the Russians like a bunch of things that they wanted, but you know. Yeah, didn't he get like detained in Russia because he had like some medicinal marijuana on him or something? Yeah, Russia's pretty bad, guys. Yeah, like fucking Trump looks the fuck up to them. Yeah, it's so funny. Axis of aggression. I love the aggressors.
To Mark and his great mom, we are delighted to have you safe and sound and with us. As fate would have it, Mark Fogel was born in a small rural town in Butler, Pennsylvania. Have you heard of it? Where his mother has lived for the past 78 years. I just happened to go there last July 13th for a rally. That was not pleasant. And that is where I met his beautiful mom right before I walked onto that stage. And I told her I would not forget what she said about her son. And I never did I? Never forgot. Less than 10 minutes later, at that same rally, gunfire rang out, and a sick and deranged assassin unloaded 8 bullets from his sniper's perch into a crowd of many thousands of people. My life was saved by a fraction of an inch, but some were not so lucky. Corey Comparator was a firefighter, a veteran, a Christian, a husband.
I wonder why he's not mentioning the political affiliation at all. Makes you think, doesn't it? He was a Republican, a registered Republican.
A devoted father, and above all, a protector. When the sound of gunshots pierced the air, it was a horrible sound. Corey knew instantly what it was and what to do. He threw himself on top of his wife and daughters and shielded them from the bullets with his own body. Corey was hit really hard. You know the story from there. He sacrificed his life to save theirs. 2 others, very fine people, were also seriously hit. But thankfully, with the help of 2 great country doctors, we thought they were gone and they were saved. So those doctors had great talent. We're joined
2 great country doctors. Jesus.
by Corey's wife, Helen, who was his high school sweetheart, and their 2 beloved daughters, Allison and Kaylee. Thank you.
We love saying shit, folks.
To Helen, Allison, and Kaylee, Corey is looking down on his 3 beautiful ladies right now, and he is cheering you on. He loves you. He is cheering you on. Corey was taken from us much too soon, but his destiny was to leave us all with a shining example of the selfless devotion of a true American patriot. It was love like Corey's that built our country, and it's love like Corey's that is going to make our country more majestic than ever before. I believe that my life was saved that day in Butler for a very good reason. I was saved by God to make America great again. I believe that. Thank you.
Just gonna say shit. Doesn't matter.
Thank you very much. From the patriots of Lexington and Concord to the heroes of Gettysburg and Normandy, from the warriors who crossed the Delaware to the trailblazers who climbed the Rockies, and from the legends who soared at Kitty Hawk to the astronauts who touched the moon, Americans have always been the people who defied all odds, transcended all dangers, made the most extraordinary sacrifices, and did whatever it took to defend our children, our country, and our freedom. And as we have seen in this chamber tonight, that same strength, faith, love, and spirit is still alive and thriving in the hearts of the American people. Despite the best efforts of those who would try to censor us, silence us, break us, destroy us, Americans are today a proud, free, sovereign, and independent nation that will always be free, and we will fight for it till death. We will never let anything happen to our beloved country, because we are a country of doers, dreamers, fighters, and survivors.
Yet the fucking economy is in like complete free fall.
Our ancestors crossed a vast ocean, strode into the unknown wilderness, and carved their fortunes from the rock and soil of a perilous and very dangerous frontier. They chased our destiny across a boundless continent They built the railroads, laid the highways, and graced the world with American marvels like the Empire State Building, the mighty Hoover Dam, and the towering Golden Gate Bridge. They lit the world with electricity, broke free of the force of gravity, fired up the engines of American industry, vanquished the communists, fascists, and Marxists all over the world, and gave us countless modern wonders sculptured out of iron, glass, and steel. We stand on the shoulders of these pioneers who won and built the modern age. These workers who poured their sweat into the skylines of our cities. These warriors who shed their blood on fields of battle and gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. Now it is our time to take up the righteous cause of American liberty. And it is our turn to take America's destiny into our own hands and begin the most thrilling days in the history of our country. This will be our greatest era.
We're gonna help with American liberties by cracking down on literally everybody and making life worse for everyone on the planet. Very cool and very good.
With God's help, over the next 4 years, we are going to lead this nation even higher, and we are going to forge the freest, most advanced, most dynamic, and most dominant civilization ever to exist on the face of this earth. We are going to create the highest quality of life, build the safest and wealthiest and healthiest and most vital communities anywhere in the world. We are going to conquer the vast frontiers of science, and we are going to lead humanity into space and plant the American flag on the planet Mars and even far beyond. And through it all, we are going to rediscover the unstoppable power of the American spirit. And we are going to renew unlimited promise of the American dream. Every single day, we will stand up and we will fight, fight, fight for the country our citizens believe in and for the country our people deserve. My fellow Americans, get ready for an incredible future because the golden age of America has only just begun. It will be like nothing that has ever been seen before.
Just like how I'm starting the recession immediately. Very good. Very cool. Don't look at what the Atlanta Fed is saying. Causing just complete freakazoid Nazis who just randomly attack people all over the place. We love America.
Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
All right. Lovely. Very cool and very good. We love that. I mean, you know, that was Donald Trump. That was the State of the Union address. Obviously, should go without saying, complete fucking nonsense, and he just lied pretty much the whole time. Do I want to spend like 5 hours debunking all the fucking lies? No, not really. Most of the stuff he just said is complete bullshit, and no, he's not going to improve your lives. I've already mentioned the $4.5 trillion tax cut for the rich and how Republicans, within their town halls, there's a reason why Republican politicians are not holding town halls anymore, because they recognize, uh-oh, we kind of fucked up here. I mean, we kind of fucked up bad. But, you know,